Hello and welcome to the... I'm gonna call it a vlog. I'm just gonna talk about things. You're probably wondering, I don't know. I've just been having trouble playing Awesomenauts in the past little while. 2.7.5, the netcode feels like it's been a little bit unstable in the past while. I haven't been able to do live commentaries because I'm either constantly reconnecting or have people who are reconnecting or the people who are fighting over reconnection problems. As you might be able to see right there. I don't know if it's a problem or not, but there have been times where a mine might be on top of a platform or underneath the platform and I get hit anyway. I don't know. Like, people just, instead of saying, oh, I should not have done that, that was my fault for doing that, it just turns into, I don't know. People are always looking at having high ping as a bad tactic. However, do remember that there's only so many people playing Awesomenauts at the same time as you are. It's not like other MOBA free-to-plays where there's millions of other people playing at the same time. It doesn't work like that. There's nothing that anybody can really do about latency, because the majority of the time I've noticed I've asked people saying, where are you from? People who have had high ping have been people either in an area where there's a storm, or people who are at least halfway across the continent from me. And that's like that for every game. Doesn't matter if it's Dota or Team Fortress 2. If I try to join a Texas server from New Brunswick, I'm gonna have at least 150 ping. It's not gonna be very good. I'm going to be jittering all over the place. Any game is like that for me. So it's not like the netcode's bad. It's just people are so spread out. We're trying to make playing from states and provinces apart from each other as lifelike as possible, because we are hours away from each other. And, well, internet is not really there. Like, a lot of people have slow fucking internet too. Like, I have 1.5 down. That's how bad my internet is. That's the fastest I can get. I can get satellite internet, 10 megabits down, for 90 bucks a month. Or I can stay with this and do about 50 bucks a month. Still a rip-off. And there are people 10 minutes away who have 25 down for 60 bucks a month. Satellite internet, mind you. However, there's fiber up an hour away. 50 down. And like 30 up or something like that. Incredible. It's just, not everybody has fast internet. It's not like we can just play with people from Russia and no problem. Part of it is just, there's not enough people in the same area, and just internet technology is not quite where I think everybody wants it to be. Of course, yeah, not fast enough. I don't know. I'm just rambling. Like, I feel like the developers are trying. I don't feel the netcode's been as stable. Maybe I'm just going crazy. However, and there's also people just complaining about latency, but you can't do anything about that. I mean, I can make trying to grow the player base through my videos, so that's something I could work on. So I could look at, like, videos for beginners, that kind of thing. I've been trying how to be constructive towards what's been going on, because I've been feeling very stressed out about Awesomenauts in the past while. I'll try to explain what's been bothering me. When I try to get new people to play, their biggest complaint is that they don't want to farm. They don't want to level up. They don't want to prestige. They just want to play as the character that they were interested in playing. They want to try out that character first. It's like how I wanted to play Voltar's first, but I couldn't play him. And when I got Voltar, I could only access half his items. If it had been free to play, I could have just bought him and unlocked the items, or had all of his abilities unlocked right away. But I don't agree with the progression system. It feels way too damn grindy for me. I don't see the prestige system being worthwhile. It doesn't really represent what it used to. It used to mean that you spent a lot of time and you have a thorough understanding of the items. However, I feel it's at the point where someone, like the first people who prestiged, in the PC version anyway, are people who probably quit or who don't remember because they took some time off. Because some people are just... I know there's also people trying to improve the competitive scene, which I respect. And I want to see the competitive nature of the game grow. It's certainly there. It's just something we all have to work towards if we want to make this game grow. And it has been growing. It's just the problem with, well, it's just the problem with not having enough people in the game. I think that's the biggest one. And that's really not a whole lot we can do today. We just have to work towards that. Just now that people like it. There are some cheap tactics, yes. However, you can really work around them if you try hard enough. People complain about ping. So, oh, laggy Leon. This is stupid. I don't think a whole lot can be done about that. Like, I have my region settings to same or nearby. So it's not like I'm choosing to play with people from half across the world. It's just there's no one else nearby who is online at the same time as I am and who is of a similar skill. It's not perfect. It's just a multitude of things that just is unfortunate for online play. Because, I don't know. It's not like how people would just go to each other's houses and play Street Fighter. There's just so many games out nowadays. Like, oh, I've been playing Call of Duty. Oh, cool, I've been playing Dota. Oh, cool, I've been playing this little indie game called Awesomenauts. Hey, I've been playing this indie game called, like, there's more and more games every day. Like, it used to be just GoldenEye and Street Fighter and other games. Like, there were fewer games, but I don't know. It's not like they were, I wouldn't call them exactly refined. Like, the games out today are refined, just there are more people playing games today, just there's such a huge selection that it diverts that pool, you know what I mean? Like, sure, there's millions and millions of tens and millions of people playing MOBA games. However, there's two games, well, there's multiple games in the MOBA pool. Like, Dota 2 has some millions, League of Legends has tens of millions. Heroes of the Storm has probably a lot because it's a Blizzard game. They have a good reputation, they work hard, and it's a Blizzard game. Awesomenauts doing very well for itself. Like, it's getting better and better. Like, I want to see this game grow, and I will be making videos as long as I am interested in the game. Some things eating away at me, like the league resets. I don't like that very much. It feels, well, it goes back to having to grind again. Like, it goes on for about 2 months. You get your whatever ranking you are in. I feel it gets pretty tight after a month. It feels pretty solid. The first week has been nothing but stress for me. I've just been having a lot of struggle to enjoy the game and to do live commentaries. Like, I'm just thinking about just doing guides for the time being until I'm interested in showing match footage. How do I explain? Because you lose your ranking, you have to start over. It feels like everybody got their license taken from them and they have to renew their license. Everybody's in there. It's a complete clusterfuck. You have to do it every 2 months, so it's just all squished in. People who's got 30 years of experience versus people their first time driving. I don't know, it's all squeezed in. You got people who got 10 hours experience versus 1,000 hours of experience. People who are taking advantage of this reset, thinking as high as they can in the leaderboard. For some reason, because it resets every 2 months, who cares? Like, I don't agree with, I don't see the leaderboard as a leaderboard. It's just, just the matchmaking system. It just feels like a matchmaking system. Doesn't feel like an actual leaderboard to me at all. It doesn't feel like that to me. I think it could be better done. I don't think having to reset it and make everybody redo the leaderboard really does any good, because it's just stress, and then everybody just takes advantage of the system, and people who are trying not to take advantage are just getting screwed over. I don't know. Like, I've been trying to record this and record this and record this, just I don't have a lot of good things to say about the game right now. It's just, I'll try to reiterate. Just resetting the leagues is extremely stressful, because you got the newest players versus the most advanced players, which is a lot of stress, and people who are working together to get as high as they can in the leaderboards by doing well, they're pretty much farming. Like, this game is full of farming and grinding. I don't like it. Should I just play another game? Maybe I should. I like the game though. I think it can do better than this. There has to be a better method than, oh, you want to play this character? Well, just play all these matches, make all this money. Like, well, if you want to make more money, then people usually just grind. I don't know. Like, you go into the tutorial mode and redo that, or play as Voltar, who can make a lot of money. Come on. Grinding is not fun. I'm not really achieving anything. I'm just doing one method over and over and over and over again, and I don't feel rewarded. I feel like I'm just getting rid of a hassle. All these locks. There's just locks everywhere in front of me. I don't know. Like, if I accidentally prestiged, I don't know what I do. Like, I don't like watching people prestige. I don't find that interesting. It's just, you filled a number to the point where you get to fill more numbers up. It's just all these bars, all these progress bars. They don't feel like progress to me, though. Just, I don't know. Like, if it was a free-to-play game in, say, like, weekly rotations like every other MOBA does, because if I could just have Genji, Voltar, and Yuri off the very beginning, you do get, I think you get Yuri, you do get them pretty quickly. Like, if you want to try out the items, if you want to experiment with them, or if you have an item that could counter a cheap tactic, for example, kind of a long shot, but it feels restrictive having all these items locked to you that might help you be better, or help you enjoy this character a lot better. It's just, man. I don't know where to really go with this. I just feel like I've been complaining the entire time, but the netcode's been a little bit off for me. I think a lot of people are getting frustrated with having to do the leaderboard resets, which I totally understand. I've just been playing other games, Magica, and I'm trying to get good enough at other games so that I can justify trying to teach about a game that I know something about anyway. I don't know, man. Like, I've been trying to be constructive as much as I can. It just feels like I've been banging my head on the desk all week. Like, I don't want to just take a break and not really talk about it, but if I don't make a lot of videos for the next month, because I don't feel like the matchmaking is going to be solid enough for at least another couple weeks. It's been okay, but I don't know. Like, we have to do this every couple months. The first week is agonizing. It's not a lot of fun. I don't really have much more to say. I've just been repeating myself. So, if you want to watch the rest of this match, I'll either leave the rest of the video up, or I'll leave a link if you want to watch it. The replay. I'm watching the replay, do it that way. So, yeah. Just trying to get this off my chest, but I don't really know how to explain it. That's really all it is. Like, for newer players, being stuck with people who are either... Like, I don't even like playing Voltar nowadays, because it just feels cheap. I like playing Voltar against people who he's not meant to be with, like Coco or Na's supposed to be a defensive guy. I like playing characters wrong, because I feel if I do it right, I feel like I'm doing it too well. Now, I know match composition is very important, but whenever I play Voltar with a tank, I feel like I'm in easy mode. I don't know if my opponents are not... They don't have a counter plan. Like, if they see a Voltar and Clunk, what do they do? If they see a Voltar and Sentry, what do they do? If I see a Sentry, I feel so bad if I play Voltar, because I feel like I'm just taking the easy way out. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Maybe I just need to take a little break. I think I've just been putting too much pressure on myself. Yeah. I'm sorry if I bored you, but I felt like I needed to talk about this. Just get this off my chest anyway. So I'll try to keep playing, but I can't expect myself to keep making videos on a regular basis. The least I could do is guides. However, I don't know what's going to change in 2.8 yet, because I don't feel the current beta is in its final draft, per se. Because I know Voltar's getting some changes, and I don't have a problem with that. And it's still in beta 1. There's usually 2 or 3. Sometimes they do it on a weekly basis, but I'm not sure what's going on. There's also that Awesomenauts. What's it called? The Alienware Awesomenauts Cup. That's coming up. That should be really good. Like, I'm really looking forward to it. I hope it does very well. I just hope that the netcode doesn't get into the way. If the players can get together and play locally, that would be the best option. However, they're just in the corner of my mind. I'm just worried that the netcode will be a hindrance. Now, it's an awful thing to say. I'm not trying to downplay the game or anything, but if people are far away from each other, like from this different continents, oh man, I'm interested to see how it goes. Like, they were only going to have it be European players, which I can kind of understand why, but people from the US want to play. I just don't know how it's going to work out. I'm pretty skeptical, to be honest. I don't know what's going to work. I have a bad feeling that there's going to be a lot of redos because people are going to lose connection. Now, I know the developers can tighten the netcode as best they can, but I know it's also not a whole lot they can do. But in the case where it's a controlled environment where the people have been chosen and the people know where they are, I wonder if they'll do anything about transportation or anything like that, because a lot of tournaments are local. So I wonder if they'll do that. I think some tournaments do it locally, because you can't have people from Brazil compete with people from Japan. It doesn't have the most reliable results. It just makes it more stressful than it needs to be. It's like people who, what was that called? People trying to play Street Fighter on that. What was that called? You could stream games to your computer. It was kind of like Netflix, but you could play games. I can't remember what it's called right now, but it just wasn't there yet. And it's kind of like how I feel with online games today. We're just not quite at that point where we can play games from far distances reliably. And it's not just this game. Every game, many games out there have that problem. Fighting games online is not the most reliable. Would servers help? I don't know. I know they're working on matchmaking servers, so that's a step. And considering just the way technology is in this day and age, I'm not trying to pick on the developers. I'm rooting for them, considering the limitations of technology with the demands of the player base. But with the limited player base as well, that's a big challenge. Many games have that problem too. Smite has it too, because they have all these game modes, and only so many people play all different game modes, so it's limited. However, I don't know. I'm probably stressed from just trying to make myself play Awesomenauts on a daily basis, and I can't play a game on a daily basis. It just becomes too stressful. I just either see people picking at each other, starting fights, or seeing cheap tactics. Well, cheap tactics. It's not the cheap tactics I complain about, because, well, I normally have a way to deal with it. Just try to counter as best you can. But when people just say, "Oh, I get all these laggy people," and they're taking advantage of that, I doubt they really had anything to do with it. And I don't know if they have enough people nearby them to really do anything about it. Like, I know ping's a problem. It can be problematic. I just don't know that's really in our power right now. I hope for a day where latency is gone. That would solve so many problems for the online gaming community, at the very least. I don't know if it would really help with modern medicine, but I don't know. I managed to ramble on long enough. I just hope that... I hope the tournament goes very well. I wish it the best of luck. Hopefully that it works out, that ping doesn't become a problem, and hopefully that the players and the entire community don't rip at each other so hard. We're all trying to work within our limitations. And I'll probably just work on guides for the time being, because until things get more solid, or at least 2.8 comes out or something like that, could just redo the Yuri guide videos. Anyway, that's all for now. Thanks very much for listening.